Bouldering is the act of climbing on the outside of buildings or other artificial structures, usually by illegal means. Now, some of the climbs on this list are done free solo, i.e. without the use of any safety equipment or equipment in general, and others are done with equipment. I'm also only focusing on buildings, so not including general structures. Either way, the following climbs are extremely impressive achievements, and enjoy the sweaty palms. Also, in no way am I advocating people go out and try anything shown in the video. Everyone who climbs anything should climb with safety equipment, no matter how shocking and impressive any free solo is. Now, this list may not cover every tall climb, it isn't an official record list. However, these are the notable ones I saw, and if I missed any, let me know and I can make this a series. So without further ado, let's get into the list. For number 4, we have George Willis' climb of the South World Trade Center Tower in New York City on May 26, 1977. Now, at the time, the South Tower was the third tallest building in the world at 1,362 feet or 450 meters, just behind the North World Trade Center Tower and the Sears Tower in Chicago. A year before the climb, Willis went to the World Trade Center to take measurements of the building to figure out what equipment he would need. He created clamps that would fit onto the window washing tracks of the building and would clamp in place under his body weight, allowing him to climb up. He tested the equipment at night a handful of times before making the ascent early morning on the 26th. A problem he ran into was some irregularities in the window washing tracks, but he luckily brought a hammer to fix them on the way up. On the way up, a couple of police officers lowered themselves towards him in a window washing basket, thinking he may be jumping off or doing something suspicious. They tried to grab him, but Willis swung away to avoid them. An expert with the officers realized what Willis was really doing and concluded that he wasn't a threat. The officers helped him through a window once he reached the top after 3.5 hours and then arrested him. The city of New York initially wanted to fine him $250,000 for the said inconvenience the stunt caused. But the mayor Abraham Beam fined him only $1.10, 1 cent for every story of the building. The number 3 spot goes to Dan Goodwin, also known as Spider Dan, with his climb of the Sears Tower, now called the Willis Tower, in Chicago on May 25, 1981 for the first time ever. At the time, the Sears Tower was the tallest building in the world at 442 meters with 10 stories. Dan wore a Spider-Man suit and made the climb using suction cups, camming devices, and skyhooks. It took Dan around 7 hours to get to the top, having to battle with the winds, slippery surfaces, and attempts by the fire department to stop him. Upon finishing the ascent, he taped an American flag at the top in honor of his father who died in the Korean War. Afterwards, he stated his reason for the climb was to point out inadequacies in high-rise firefighting and rescue. For number 2, we have one of the climbs by quite possibly the greatest urban climber of all time, Alain Robert. The achievement for this spot is his climb on the 25th of December 2004 of the world's tallest building at the time, Taipei 101 in Taiwan. Alain climbed the 508 meters or 1,667 feet a few days before the building's grand opening. This climb was legally completed, unlike some of his daring climbs, however this didn't take away from the fact that this was an extremely impressive accomplishment. Unluckily, Alain was hit with heavy rain while climbing, causing the climb to last around 4 hours when it was estimated to only be around 2 hours. Though many of his building climbs have been done without a rope, for this one he did use a rope, likely because of the poor weather conditions. He attempted to climb the Petronas Towers in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, but got arrested on the 60th floor, and in 2007 was arrested and expelled from China for climbing the Jinmao building in Shanghai. Alain has climbed another 70 or so skyscrapers from around the world and still continues to this day. And finally, the number 1 spot goes to Alain Robert once again with his climb of the current tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. Alain carried out this achievement on March 28, 2011 at the age of 48, and it took him a total of 6 hours to scale the 828 meter or 2,717 foot building as a large crowd below watched. This climb was again completed legally with the use of a safety harness to comply with safety requirements. However, the rope was not used to aid him at all, only to prevent him falling thousands of feet. But the rope was never even needed throughout the 160-story climb, amazingly. For this, it's no surprise that he is referred to as the French Spider-Man. As always, thank you for watching, and let me know if you would like me to continue this series. Subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed, it really helps me out, and I'll see you on the next one.